Hello everyone, long time no see. It's been a minute. I thought that I would do a little vlog just to kind of say what's up. I'm kind of breaking out a little bit that time of the month. I take this over what was going on a few months ago any day. I feel like an update is due, but then again, nothing has really happened besides the fact that I'm just in school full time. I go to Florida International University online, so my semester has just been busy. A little update on the no caffeine situation. It has been 3 months since I've had zero coffee and almost 3 months since I've had zero caffeine, with the exception of like chocolate from time to time, because I don't think I'll ever get rid of that one. Sorry. I'm still on that wave, and I have just been drinking lemon water with apple cider vinegar and a little bit of turmeric, which is really good for inflammation and all of that. Or sometimes I just won't have anything because I don't need anything anymore, which is really lit. It's lit. Today I just have schoolwork to do, and I also want to be filming this video. I want to also edit this video today. I want to get this up as soon as possible because it's been a second. And yeah, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing today. I really just want to get a lot of schoolwork done, so I think that's what's happening. It's Tuesday. It's November 2nd. Happy November. I hope you all had a fantastic Halloween. I definitely did. My weekend was fun. I went out with a few of my friends, and on actual Halloween I went over to my friend Sarah's apartment and we made spooky cocktails and watched Hocus Pocus and The Corpse Bride, and it was fun. And yeah, Halloween is like one of my favorite holidays besides Christmas, but I just love this time of year in general. I'm so excited. I hope you feel my energy because I love the holiday season. I'm gonna get on with my day. Brush my teeth, wash my face, you know, all the good stuff. So I am now going to eat some breakfast. It's like 9 a.m. and I'm hungry. I think I'm gonna make some eggs and toast and just have a nice relaxing breakfast as my dogs bark. And then I'm just gonna start school. Today I also have therapy, which I love therapy days. It's a little bit stressful when I don't really know what to talk about pre-therapy because I'm definitely an overthinker and I'm like, what if I don't have anything to say? But that's never the case. Something always comes up. I think I'm gonna write in my journal for a little bit and kind of figure that out, figure out my emotions, what I've been dealing with for the past few weeks, and that is definitely a little tip I have for you. Also, even more so, I recommend if you are going through emotions in that moment, write them down and write down questions you have for your therapist or questions you want to ask yourself, or just make sure like you're always reflecting. I've been really bad about that lately, so I'm just gonna kind of do a little recap in my journal, but it's definitely much easier if you are writing down your feelings and emotions as they come up. In that moment, you'll understand, okay, that's what I'm truly feeling. Whereas it's a little bit more challenging trying to think back to how I was feeling like 2 weeks ago when I last saw her. I also recommend writing in your journal like how your session went. So after therapy today, I really want to just write down what we talked about, what I learned, what I'm gonna do moving forward, and yeah, just reflection, baby, you know? I'm now in my mom's office doing some work. She is in Tallahassee right now, so I'm able to use this little area, which is nice. I wrote down my to-do list. I do this every single day, just writing down what I need to do school-wise, but also just personally. And honestly, I don't do anything too crazy at all. I'll share my like little method in a video very soon. Basically today I just have like 5 assignments to do, and I have therapy at 3:40, and then I want to edit this video. So it is now 11:20. I've just been doing homework for a little while now, and I'm currently learning about data visualization. It's not really my cup of tea, but it is a little bit interesting, I will say. And we're learning this for my visual design for globalized media class. And yeah, I can't believe I'm almost done with the semester, like literally just a month left. I'm hanging on. I haven't really talked much about my school journey, which I plan on doing soon. These past few months, I've just been trying to get into a routine. Yeah, I'm just gonna work on some more school stuff for the next few hours. So I took a little break from doing homework, and I was just kind of reflecting on what I want to talk about in therapy. The topic of like family came up in my brain, but also just kind of reflecting on my sexuality and my mental health and all of that, because I think that's just very important to kind of like take a pause and reflect and see where you're at mentally in that respect. The topic of coming out came to my mind. I've already filmed a coming out video and my story with that, but that was kind of more so the background information kind of that you needed to know. I touched very briefly on coming out to my family and friends and all of that, but like I said, it was very brief, and it was more so just kind of like my history of knowing about my sexuality. Honestly, with that video, I didn't even really plan it at all. I was just kind of sharing with you guys just kind of a personal part to my life, and I don't have anything planned right now as well. I kind of just wanted to sit down and talk about what it was like coming out to my family and kind of that process. I think everyone's journey is so personal and unique to them. So my heart goes out to you if you are kind of feeling like you can't come out to anyone. With that being said, also, I feel like there's this like misconstrued like misconception that there has to be this like crazy coming out process and it has to be so dramatic and all of that, and that is not the case. Everyone is just so different. Everyone's experience is so different, and so Sally Sue over there, I don't know why that name came to my mind. Sally Sue over there might, be perfectly fine not really telling anyone about her sexuality, and she feels like that's completely personal to her, and she just doesn't really care, and she's gonna live her life the way that she wants to live her life. But then there's some other people like me where I struggled for a really, really, really long time, and coming out kind of felt like that peace of mind that I needed. It was more symbolic than anything, and also my family, I'm very close to my family, so I just wanted to kind of let them in on my life and all of that. Going back to kind of, if you don't really have a support system, or if you feel like you can't come out to any family member because you're terrified of what they'll think, or their views on the LGBTQ community, I will leave a few support resources down below. I know that it's very little in the grand scheme of things, but I hope that you know that you are supported and you are still loved, and I support you. I'm very grateful that I did not have that experience with my immediate family members. I do have homophobic family members outside of my immediate family that I don't talk to, and they don't talk to me, and I am perfectly okay with that. But overall, my coming out process was pretty peaceful. I am here for you and here with you if you don't have that same experience. I'm hoping that this community can just be one big support system and we can all just be there for each other, because I think that's what the world needs right now. So coming out to my family members. Oh boy, was I scared. So I came out almost 4 years ago, which is crazy to think. It was in the beginning of 2019. I just felt like the time was right and something within me just like clicked, and I just felt like coming out to my family is kind of what needed to happen for me personally, just so I could move on and find some peace and clarity. I was terrified though, because I come from a pretty I don't know how to explain it, because my parents are not conservative, but they're also not like liberal or anything like that. They're very much, I feel like, in the middle of things. And I grew up in a military family. My dad was in the Navy for like a long time. Don't remember how long. Growing up, I saw a lot of conservatives in the military. And so literally since I was born, since I came out of the womb, I was kind of just thrown into that world. No one really talks about the craziness of being a part of a military family or having a parent in the military, and kind of like the mental health issues that can arise from it, or the loneliness because you're moving around constantly. I just grew up with hearing a lot of different opinions and views on a lot of different things. But you know, growing up, I just don't think we talked about it a lot, you know? I just never really talked about if I were gay, would it be okay? Anyway, so when it was finally time to like tell my family, first of all, the first person I told wasn't even a family member. It was one of my best friends at the time. And I think that was a way to like ease into things, which I thought was a smart move. And I do kind of recommend that. Then I remember I texted my sister and told her. I went on and told my mom. Actually, I told my mom a few days later. I think it was either a few days later or maybe like the next day. I remember telling my mom while I was in the car, and I did that specifically so I wouldn't have to look her in the eyes, which I think is really funny. I remember telling her, and she was more so just like shocked because she wasn't expecting it at all. I remember she said something like, I don't understand, like you were so boy crazy in high school, which was true, but I also like the girlies, you know what I mean? I remember it took my mom a little bit longer to get used to. However, she was always supportive. She never made me feel bad in any way. It just, I think for some people, and this is important to mention, some people it's just gonna take time. And now my mom is like, she could care less. She loves Grayson, she loves my life, she loves, you know, everything about me, and she always has, but it just, like I said, just took a second to get used to the fact, especially because she was kind of completely caught off guard. It didn't take very long until she was like, okay, I get it, I'm for it. Next, I told my dad like a week later. I was definitely procrastinating this one because I just didn't know how he was gonna react. My dad can be very intimidating at times, very serious. You know, he was in the military, but he also can be a giant nerd and goofball and like the weirdest guy I know, and just like so much fun. So I could have gotten either one of those people. I told him actually at dinner. I was at dinner with my mom and dad. It was just us three, and I wasn't planning on telling him then. It just, I think I had like a drink in me, and I was like, you know what? Let's do it. you know, why not? Let's just rip the Band-Aid off. I just remember my dad being the most supportive. Everyone was supportive, but he was just so like, cool, like nice. I thought that night was very special because I had told both my mom and dad, the two most important people, one of the two most, besides my girlfriend, the two most important people in my life, and they supported me, and just knowing that they loved me regardless, just, it was like a weight was lifted off my shoulders. And then for no particular reason, I told my brother and my sister-in-law last, just because I wanted to tell them in person, even though I didn't tell my sister in person. But I think I didn't tell my sister because I knew it wasn't going to be a big deal at all. I knew her views on same-sex marriage and LGBTQ community and all of that, and I knew it wasn't going to be a problem at all. My brother, I also just didn't know, and so I wanted to talk to him about it in person. They both were proud of me. It was just immediately like, wow, like, okay, cool, you know? I didn't come out until I was 21. That's a long time without kind of talking about something, and a long time of suppressing emotions, and I feel like that can just weigh super heavy on your brain and your mental health and your physical health even, you know, because at times I don't think I was taking care of myself the best because I was confused about a lot of things. If you want to hear more about before coming out and all of that, then go ahead and watch my coming out story, because I kind of talk about it, just like the mental turmoil that occurred before coming out and just kind of what I went through. I'm just a sharer. I love sharing like intimate parts of myself to a certain extent, you know, when I feel comfortable. And I just want to share more about my life with you guys, talking about my sexuality and just coming out and the experience and all of it. I just want you guys to know, because I want someone to just, if they can find an ounce of comfort or inspiration or just anything like that, then I feel good. I just got done with therapy. It's like almost 5 now, and I was not expecting to cry. I put on makeup because I was like, there's no way that I'm gonna cry. I barely have like anything to talk about, and of course I cried. So it's just really funny how we think we're fine at times, and then turns out we're kind of a mess inside. So I just made my peppermint tea. It is now almost 7 p.m. and I am done editing for the night. I'm gonna finish my video tomorrow and it will be up tomorrow as well. But right now I'm actually going to create a budget planner thing. And I've kind of been putting this off, so I should do this right now. But after I do that, I'm going to literally just chill out, watch some friends, unwind, you know the deal. And then tomorrow, we're gonna have another productive day. Super excited for it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. It really means a lot. I would really appreciate it if you guys would also like this video and subscribe. But other than that, I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye guys.